You don't move abroad because you hate where you are. You move because you've outgrown the version of life that place keeps reinforcing. Most people believe relocation is about geography, about countries, climates, costs, and currencies. But the truth is simpler and deeper. Moving abroad is an internal decision long before it becomes an external one. The moment you begin questioning whether the life you're living is the only way to live, something has already changed inside you. You start to notice the repetition, the same streets, the same conversations, the same stress cycles, the same expectations. And slowly, a realization forms. Familiarity is not the same thing as alignment. Many people confuse comfort with safety. Comfort feels predictable, but it can quietly shrink you. Safety feels responsible, but it can slowly disconnect you from curiosity, wonder, and growth. Living in one place your entire life trains your nervous system to believe that this is reality, that this pace is normal, that this pressure is unavoidable, that this way of thinking is universal. It isn't. When you leave where you've always been, even temporarily, you see how many invisible rules you were living by. Rules about time, rules about success, rules about what's realistic. You begin to understand that much of what you accepted as truth was actually culture. And culture can be changed by crossing a border. One of the most important mindset shifts in becoming an expat is releasing the belief that you must justify your desire to leave. You don't need a dramatic reason. You don't need to be desperate. You don't need to hit rock bottom. Curiosity is enough. Wanting more spaciousness is enough. Wanting a slower rhythm is enough. Wanting to feel alive again is enough. Another shift happens when you stop seeing the world as intimidating and start seeing it as responsive. Most fear around moving abroad comes from imagining everything going wrong at once. But fear rarely accounts for adaptability. You are far more capable than your fear gives you credit for. You've already adjusted to new jobs, relationships, losses, and changes. You've already navigated uncertainty. You've already reinvented parts of yourself before. Moving abroad doesn't remove your skills, it reveals them. Living abroad teaches you something powerful. Identity is flexible. When no one knows your backstory, your labels loosen. You're no longer performing who you were. You're discovering who you are without constant reinforcement from your past. That freedom can feel uncomfortable at first, but it's also deeply grounding. You start choosing intentionally how you spend your mornings, how you relate to work, how much you need versus how much you were taught to chase. You begin to understand that adventure isn't chaos. Adventure is engagement. It's paying attention again. It's being present again. It's responding to life instead of running on autopilot. Another important mental shift is releasing the belief that leaving means failure. Many people stay because they think leaving means they couldn't make it. But often, leaving means you've made it internally. You've listened to yourself. You've realized that success isn't one global definition. Some places reward ambition, some reward balance, some reward creativity, some reward connection. None are wrong, but not all are meant for you. When you see people living well in different parts of the world, working less, stressing less, enjoying more, you stop seeing your own exhaustion as inevitable. You start recognizing options. Options are empowering. They dissolve desperation. They replace fear with choice. And once you understand that the world is full of viable, fulfilling ways to live, staying where you are becomes a conscious decision instead of an unconscious default. This is where courage grows. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind that says, I don't need to rush, but I do need to listen. Becoming an expat doesn't mean you abandon responsibility. It means you redefine it. Responsibility to your health, to your peace, to your curiosity, to the version of you that doesn't want to wake up decades from now wondering what might have happened if you had listened. You don't have to know exactly where you'll end up. The mindset comes first. The openness, the willingness to explore, the understanding that your life is allowed to be global. You are not meant to experience the world only through screens and stories. You are meant to walk through it, sit in it, learn from it, let it shape you. And the more you allow that possibility mentally, the less intimidating it becomes practically. If these ideas are resonating and you're feeling drawn to living abroad, but unsure where you would actually thrive, clarity matters. The World Match app helps you discover countries and regions that align with your values, lifestyle, pace, and mindset. Instead of guessing or chasing trends, it shows you places where people like you tend to feel more grounded, inspired, and supported. World Match isn't about telling you where to go. It's about helping you understand where you fit. You can take the quiz now at worldmatch.app and start exploring what your next chapter could look like. Sometimes the most adventurous thing you can do is trust that the world has more for you than the place you're always been.